Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Miss Canada Productions Facebook page. And we are live via Zoom and also on YouTube. And today we have a very special guest. Well, guest, but also she just got newly crowned as the Miss Canadian Multinational 2019-2020, Caitlyn Smith. Hi, Caitlyn.
Hi, Maya.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, how has the COVID-19 been treating you?
Well, we're all stuck at home, so I've really been having a lot of family time, puzzle building, all kind of family movie nights, and really getting to know my family more than I ever did.
So, you are actually an essential worker as
Yes.
well, right? So you work for a food service company. So, how has been that? Aren't you scared that you might get like infected because it's like you're out there and people are coming in and everything. So,
Well, our work has been keeping it very like classy and provincial, and we've been really wearing gloves, masks, keeping ourselves very clean, washing ourselves, washing our hands every time that we can get, trying to really keep the whole restaurant clean so that we don't have any problems with the COVID, as well as our customers, keeping a distance and such.
I hope that that the people who are preparing the food is also being safe because that's very important, especially if they're preparing the food and they're giving it to the public, so that there would be no infections or people don't get infected by it. You know.
Yes, well, we're all trying to keep very clean, especially our kitchen crew. They're all cleaning their hands before they make food anyways, so might as well just do it some more.
So now tell us maybe if you could introduce yourself to our viewers because they would like to know who Caitlyn Smith is and about your life in general.
Well, I am Caitlyn Smith. I did this pageant last year in July, August area. I actually just recently graduated university. I did Oxford University for ESL teaching and English as a second language. I graduated Durham College and Fleming College in cosmetology and beauty and aesthetics. I did art and technique, private college for art and aesthetics. Most of my colleges were dual credits, so I did do them during high school. Graduated high school with honors, tried my very best to impress my mom all the time. Used to be actually a dance major, and I thought I was going to become a dance teacher, and then became an English teacher, and then started doing pageantry. So, you never really know where your life's going to end up, and you can't plan it completely. It is going to kind of jungle your life a bit. So,
Are you planning to take the licensing exam so that you could be a full-fledged teacher?
that is the plan. However, I think I'm going to be getting my license actually in a different country and then bringing it towards Canada.
Okay. Oh, that's a very first thing that I've ever heard. So, what country would it be?
Inevitably China, because their language is so differentiated from English and it's so technical because most of it is symbols and it's more like a lot different of how you write and how you read and speak. So since it's the hardest language from English, I think it would be the best choice to learn.
Okay. So that's good to know because, a lot of people are very gifted when it comes to languages. How many language do you speak?
I'm learning my third language. I'm trying to learn French at the moment. It's not going out too well, but I'm trying to learn it. Maya, the other queen, is actually helping me with it.
You have to learn Hindi because you're going to India.
Oh, I know.
So you have to learn Hindi language. And you know how other people learn it by actually watching a lot of Bollywood movies and the songs that they play usually, and they have uh, subwording, so you can actually see the meaning of the song and the dialogue of each performer. So that's a tip that I can give you. So when you get there, you'd be like, Namaste, India, right? So,
Yes, I'll know it.
okay. So so let's talk about your pageant journey. Take us back to how it all started. How did you get to know MCGP and your application process and everything?
One of the queens, I don't technically remember her name at the moment off the top of my head. She was one of the queens of 2018, the year before me. And she said, "You look beautiful. I really think you'd have a chance in this." And I was a little skeptical. You know, I didn't think I was the kind of girl to walk on a stage with heels and a dress. But I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. So I talked to my mom. I saved up, I fundraised, I talked to every business I could think of, even my own work. And I made as much money to be able to pay for the pageant to be able to start. I bought all my own gowns, all my own shoes, all it was my pocket cash. I worked so hard for it. And I finally got into the pageant. And all the other girls, I thought they would be a lot more, you know, ruthless. You know, this was a competition. I thought everyone's like wanting the crown, everyone's gonna be aggressive. But the girls were so kind to me, and they really took the consideration. We did each other's hair, each other's makeup. We helped each other into other gowns. Like, everyone was so considerate of each other. And I didn't expect that in pageantry or even in females, really. So that was probably the best part of my experience in pageantry, and all the fun adventures that we all did. Going to the karaoke bar was probably my favorite, and screaming at the top of our lungs on a party bus, and just all the new experiences that I got to have with these girls leading up to our crown and sashing. And
okay, so let's talk about the first 3 days, which is the regional assessment. Take us back about your experiences with that. The regional assessment 3 days, the training and everything.
The first training day was a little bit harder. We did spend a lot of times in heels. So our feet did hurt a little bit. You know, we wore some band-aids and stuff and fixed it all up. We learned really about each other. We spent time in a circle getting to know each other, knowing each other's past, their differences. We learned about how everyone came into the pageant themselves and what everyone's foundation was, like what you were supporting, if it was mental illness, if it was refugees, really if it was anything. That we were all learning about each other in the first few days, as well as we did a lot of activities to get to learn about each other. We did a lot of rocking, like how to walk, how to perform, how to smile on stage, stand up tall, how to make yourself graceful, almost floating on the stage, if you may. It was challenging at first, but we got the hang of it after a few tries.
So tell us about the confidence level training that you got. What is that for you? Like, in your own perspective, what did you experience in the confidence level training?
Well, I'm a very optimistic, bubbly type of girl, but I used that to hide that I didn't actually have that much confidence in the beginning. So it really taught us, you know, you are who you are, and you need to accept that of yourself. And it helped you boost yourself almost so that you could go on stage and walk around and be like, I'm the best that I can be. And it really helped a lot of the shy girls, or especially me, to, like, you know, get out of our comfort zone and really present ourselves and speak above ourselves. And it was very, very uplifting, to be honest.
Okay, so let's talk about the pageant week. That's 7 days. Your experience.
My experience overall was enlightening. It was challenging, but it kept you going. Like, most of the girls, you know, they would say, try this, or walk like this. You know, we were very encouraging of each other throughout especially training, getting onto it. As soon as we got our first regional sash and crown, oh my goodness, that was the best thing in the entire world. We did a fashion runway, which was so much fun. Making our own, you know, kind of gowns out of tinsel and net wrap, and just, you know, flaunting it on stage, being like, that was where the confidence really came in, because you made your own outfit. Like, you could actually say, I designed this, and you felt so good about it. Or when we wore Kim Macchiato's dresses, and we were just all in these glowing, sparkly gowns. It was glorious. Any times that we went out together, all the girls, we got all dressed up and we all went out and we did karaoke, or we did the Korean bar, which was so much fun. And it was really just a great experience altogether, especially the after the training week was so much fun.
Okay, so the night of the finals, take us back on how you experienced the night of the finals.
I was unbelievably nervous to start off with. I was excited, but I was so scared. I was like, oh no, we're going on the stage. This is it. This is the end. Who's going to win? Like, everyone was just kind of questioning it. I really wanted to be supportive of my sisters, but I also really wanted the title. But I feel like that would be every girl, you know, you want someone else to win, but at the same time, you want yourself to win, and you're just sitting there hoping who's going to do it. Doing our makeup and our hair during the finals, we were all very helpful of each other. Even though we were competitive, we still helped each other out. We did each other's
makeup. But you had a makeup
makeup.
artist there as well, right?
We
Makeup.
did. A lot of girls did it. I didn't do my hair. I had someone do my hair, but I did my own makeup.
You did your own makeup.
Yeah. But the girl who did my hair did it so beautifully. Like, she curled it and it was just gorgeous. Oh, I loved it. It was thrilling, and going on that stage was terrifying, but an amazing experience. I couldn't even explain it properly. Like, standing on the stage, your heart's beating, you know, you hear the question, you sit for a second, you answer the question to the judge. Oh, so, can't even say it.
Okay, so now that you are actually crowned as Miss Canadian Multinational, how did it feel getting that moment of receiving your national title?
Well,
You need to, because it was
yeah.
in a very COVID way.
It took a while, and I didn't think I was actually going to receive it. I was afraid that, you know, this is it for me. I'm done for, kind of deal. But actually getting it and doing it a second time and having that honor and just receiving that all back just brought me back to the pageant that I was at before, and all the memories that are going to come now from going to India, of course, and doing pageantry going on. And it's just a thrilling experience to have it all over again. Just brings you back to where you came from. And, you know, making my family proud, standing up with you and getting a tiara on my head. Oh, like, it was just a good experience, really.
Okay, so what are your, I guess this is too early to ask because, you know, you were just crowned, but what are your plans or your preparations for your upcoming international pageant, which is Miss Multinational?
Probably I really got to get into shape. I've been jogging a lot because I need to, like, keep healthy mind, healthy soul, healthy body. So I need to focus on that and keep my goal of that. I need to learn Hindi. That's a given. I need to learn some kind of Hindi, Punjabi, something out there that I'm going to need to use when I get to the pageant. Something I did struggle with during the pageant was answering questions, especially when the judge asked you a questionnaire. I need to focus on how to answer it appropriately, not too quickly or harshly, but still within a small time frame. Something that is predominantly not really perfect, but just pronounces you and it defines you. And I feel like that's about it. I got some goals.
That's good. Well, I'd like to ask you, because you mentioned about working out and being fit, right? Because a lot of girls, when they say, oh, to join a pageant, you have to be skinny. So why do you need to work out? for
My
your
workout,
national competition?
my workout is not more of a, you have to be skinny and slim and fit. It's more of you're working out not only your body, you're keeping your body healthy, but you're working out your soul and your mind, and you're really keeping your whole body is fit. Your mind is fit, your heart is fit, and you really need to be in the right place when you're in a pageant, because you can't let anything distract you or move you along. You really need to focus. This is what I'm doing, this is what I'm trying to achieve, and I need to get to that goal. So when I say keeping myself fit, of course I'm going to mean maybe a few jogs every day, or I'm not really good with weights, I'm not that strong, but trying to keep yourself a little strong fit. But it's also to help my mind and my soul to be fit and with one, so that I can be, a healthy competitor.
So actually, being in the pageant, you've experienced doing a swimsuit competition. Do you think this matters in a pageant?
Being fit?
No, having a swimsuit competition.
Swimsuit competition, it's not really about how your body is completely. Like, you don't have to be the skinniest and you don't have to be the biggest. Like, you can be any size that you can. Like, it's not discriminatory. However, it's more of showing, like, a swimsuit is kind of showing a boldness. What kind of swimsuit would you wear if you went to the beach? Oh, I would wear palm trees, or I would wear this. It's showing how your characteristic is, showing your boldness, your style. It's not more focusing on how you're fit or how you're thin. It's just showing a very like contoured characteristic of you, really.
And how did it feel walking in a swimsuit on stage?
At first it was really cold. It wasn't the warmest, but you felt that confidence, almost as if you were walking around the beach and people were looking at you. You did feel confident. You were walking, you're like, yes, I'm working out this swimsuit, like I'm looking very good, and kind of brought a smile to my face. I felt so like enlightening. I wore like this bright yellow one, so I felt very bright and that everyone was looking, and it made me feel so good about myself, to be completely honest.
That's good, because a lot of people always are challenged when it comes to swimsuit. So, but again, it's not about the body, but it's actually the confidence and loving your own skin, right? So, okay, so let's talk about the feeding program that you're currently doing with Maestrato Fashions.
So the full information is the feeding program is in the Philippines. During this COVID, everyone is very distant, which means the homeless especially are having less people to help them out, really. So of course, Kim Mastriato, his gorgeous heart, is going to try and help these people, and me and a few other of the kings and queens are going to help out, try and lessen the stress, and give out some food and make sure that everyone is being healthy during this troubling time.
Okay, so let's talk about your advocacy. What is your advocacy on your reign, your platform?
My platform. So my platform that I'm doing is international students and refugees. A lot of times when we have international students or refugees come to Canada, especially because we are a freedom country, sometimes don't have the money to accept schooling. And a lot of their students do go without learning English, without learning math or physics or the basic needs that a child would need. So of course, I feel very strongly towards this because I'm one of an international student. My friends are international students. We all did ESL together. So I really want to help out people that were stuck with not being able to afford school. So coming with my ESL teaching, I'm hoping to be able to travel the world and take a lot of students that aren't learning English, that need it for a job, a university, for schooling, for helping their parents to get groceries at the grocery store, like trying to help spread English so that people can have more of an opportunity to speak and, really get into this freedom country without the problem of money or schooling.
That's actually great because a lot of people, especially in other countries where education is a necessity, but people could not afford it because of classes of life. So, and when you have the education, that's the only rich thing that you could have that people can never buy, and something that you will always have with you forever, So there's a saying that, if 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 you are educated, even if you don't have the richest things in the world, but no one can sell you, no one can make a fool of you because you know everything that you can to make you survive, right? So now let's talk about the Sisterhood Mentorship Program because that's very important because it's part of your requirement as a title holder. Explain to us in your own perspective the Sisterhood Mentorship Program.
So as a sisterhood, when we do get into getting new girls, we don't try and put the pressure of you are alone. We try and accept that there is more. There's every one of us is going to be helping you all together. We are sisters. This is our sisterhood. So we're really trying to be, accepting of everyone that comes in within the pageant, and we're all here together as a team, accepting anyone that we can, bringing us all together. And my sisters are so, so good to me, and they're so, so good to everyone that they meet. And it's probably one of the best things that you can be part of as a beauty queen is having other girls that help you in that sisterhood.
So for anyone out there, what would be your message, especially to a little girl watching you right now? What would be your message to them?
I stand by this quote from my high school when I was a little girl: be true to self. The only person that you would lie to if you said, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, is yourself. So you really need to be true to yourself. You can build confidence through it. You don't want to hurt the one person that's helping you breathe. So you really need to be true to yourself and understand that, yes, people are going to put you down and they're going to hurt your feelings, but you're the only person that matters. So you need to take care of number one, which is yourself.
Thank you. So for people who would like to know more about the Sisterhood Mentorship Program or want to be mentored by you, how can they reach you?
Well, I've been putting it out a lot. I have a lot of social media. I have my Instagram. I have my TikTok. I've been sending a lot of emails to everyone and using Facebook and Twitter. I'll probably actually put a link down here to, share it around so people can talk to me and ask questions if they do want to be in this pageant with me, because we would love to have more girls in our sisterhood.
That's good. And now let's talk about your plans for the future. So obviously you can only live by with pageantry and modeling for a few years, So what do you see yourself doing few years from now after your pageant glory?
Well, I'm a very privileged woman to be able to be educated myself. So hopefully in a few years, I will not be in Canada and I will be teaching the world and helping all the children accept education. And really teaching is my goal in life, is to become an ESL teacher. So I've been educated and now I want to educate. I have that privilege and I want to privilege others.
So people might ask, why do you choose to actually pursue a career in teaching outside of Canada instead of serving here in our own country?
I love Canada so immensely. I mean, I was born here, my family lives here. However, Canada is so populated and we have so many people that already speak a language that we all know. And there's a lot of other countries, especially that don't allow women to get educated, that don't allow certain children to be educated. There's a lot of war and a lot of anger towards people. And so I really feel that the countries that are suffering the most deserve the most love at this moment. So although Canada is such a beautiful and wonderful country and I love it so much, I feel that for me, I should be spreading the love elsewhere and bringing the love back to Canada.
That's actually sweet, Caitlyn, because you're trying to share your own talents and blessing to the rest of the world, like other people should do in one part of their time, you know, especially when you feel that you are blessed and you have all these opportunities, that it's very important to give back, you know, and pay it forward. So what would be your message to people in regards to this COVID-19 situation that we're facing?
Well, I understand for a lot of people it is hard. You guys are dealing with a lot of financial problems. A lot of people are dealing with domestic abuse, especially in families or homes. And I know that it's very hard, but for the people who are privileged, who are able to financially get themselves by, should be really helping out those who cannot. We have a lot of homeless people within the areas, a lot of people who are struggling right now, struggling with rent, struggling with anything really. And so we should be considerate of our neighbors, stay home, stay safe, and help those that you can financially or through a virtual hug. Or, you know, if you see someone, you can text them, you know, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Make sure that everyone is not getting depressed in this depressing moment, really. You know, look after your neighbors, but stay home and stay safe.
And finally, what is your message to what has happened to our fellow Canadians in Nova Scotia in regards to the tragedy of the shooting and the 5 Canadians that who were in an army and their helicopter crashed?
So unfortunately, these events are happening, especially in our country. This is awful hearing this, you know. My fellow Canadians, I feel so terribly awful, especially for what's been going on. But, you know, we need to stay strong, especially during these times, and pray for those that we have lost and pray for those that we're losing, and we need to keep them up to their strength and, you know, really look out for each other, because although this is so hard to hear, especially with Nova Scotia and our 5 piloters, you know, we really need to take care of each other so that we don't have any more events that are going to make this more tragic.
Thank you so much, Caitlyn, for spending time with me today in order for people to know you, to know an MCGP Queen. So I'm looking forward to spending more time with you, especially now that we're preparing for your international pageant. And our main goal is to get that crown and do well and enjoy the experience. That's the most important thing, right? That's the most important thing. So thank you again, Caitlyn, and love you, girl, to pieces.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye, Maya.